introduction to evolution. Now, evolution. So first we have to define what is evolution. So evolution, again, evolution, it's a process. Evolution is a process by which organisms change from simple forms to more complex form over a given period of time. So you're saying evolution is a change. So a perfect definition of evolution, how am I supposed to put it? So if you have a question and somebody is asking you to define or to give a definition for evolution, you can simply say it is a process by which, it's a process by which organisms change gradually from simple forms to more complex form over a given period of time. It's a process by which organisms change gradually from simple forms to more complex form over a given period of time. So that is what we call evolution. So in this topic of evolution, the main question we ask ourselves, where or how did all these organisms that exist in the universe, where did these organisms on Earth come from? Where did they come from? So we have to answer those questions, and first we start with the origin of life. Origin of life. Now, where did life start from? So in science and in evolution, we have some concepts that try to explain this origin of life, and we have got two theories. That explain the origin of life. Theory number one, we call it special creation theory. Special creation theory. Now, in special creation theory, we're going to look at it. And number two, we have chemical evolution theory. Now, let's start with the special creation theory. Now, in special creation theory, this is the theory that is based or is written in the Bible and the Quran, that is, and other religious books. So, in the Bible and the Quran and other religious books, you realize that the books explain that everything that exists on earth and the earth itself was created by the command of a super being called God. So this theory is based on religious books such as the Quran and the Bible, and it says that everything was created perfect by a command of a super being called God. Now, this theory is based on faith and cannot be disputed. So when I'm explaining the special creation theory, what am I supposed to say? You're supposed to put this word that in special creation theory, it suggests that from the religious books such as the Bible and the Quran, that it is the super being that created everything on earth and the earth itself. And this super being is God, and everything he created has remained mature and perfect and has not changed over time. But this theory is based on faith. Now, when it comes to similarities of some organisms, for example, the monkeys, the human being, the giraffes, the zebra, and all that similarity suggests that because all these organisms were created by God himself, being the original designer, then the similarity of this organism arises from the fact that it is the same designer that designed them. So therefore, that is why we have got those similarities of organisms such as the horse and the donkey, monkeys and human beings and such, because the designer of creation is one, and that designer is God. So that is the explanation on the special creation theory. The other one, it is the chemical evolution theory. Now, in chemical evolution, science tried to explain that the organisms that we see today were not the same that were there in millions of years ago. The theory of evolution explained this, that if this was Earth in many millions of years ago, and this was the atmosphere, because there was no life, oxygen content in the atmosphere was low, and carbon dioxide and other gases like nitrogen and other gases were more compared to oxygen. Therefore, there was no ozone layer. The ozone layer was depleted, or there was no ozone layer, because ozone layer is made up of oxygen as O3. So because of lack of oxygen, the rays from the sun, that is ultraviolet rays and radiation, were able to pass through the atmosphere and reach the surface of the earth. As this radiation penetrated through the atmosphere, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and other gases reacted to form simple DNA molecules. Now, these DNA molecules that were formed, then due to evolution, they formed simple unicellular cells and created those organisms that are simple, like the pathogens, bacteria, and virus. As time elapsed with that, these pathogens and the DNA started forming organic matter, that this organic matter resulted to organisms, and this organism developed and evolved to current organisms that we see. So according to this theory, it explains this. There are so many theories that explain about this, but this one is based on the fact that the atmosphere had not enough oxygen, and therefore the level of carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and other gases was more, and therefore there was no ozone layer. And as a result, the radiation from the sun were able to penetrate through the atmosphere and caused a reaction between carbon dioxide and other gases to form simple DNA. Then this simple DNA, over a given period of time, it changed to simple organisms such as pathogens and likes, and then these pathogens forms organisms, then small organisms advance to form the current organism we see today. But now, those are just theories. They try to explain the origin of life. So we have got two theories, that is the chemical evolution theory, and we have the special creation theory. Now, after that, we have the evidences. The evidence that support organic evolution. We have evidences that support this organic evolution. So what are these evidences? One, we have fossil records. We have comparative embryology. We have number three, comparative anatomy. We have cell biology. We have cell serology, that we have blood serology or just serology. Then we have geographical distribution. Geographical distribution. So in geographical distribution, blood serology, cell biology, comparative anatomy, comparative embryology, and fossil records, those are some of the evidences that support organic evolution. So let's start with fossil records. Now, what are fossils? Fossils are remains of long dead organisms. Long dead organisms. They are just remains, that is bones of long dead organisms. So these bones of long dead organisms suggest that organisms such as the ape and human have similarities in terms of the structure of their skeleton. If you take the skeleton of an ape and the skeleton of a human being, the current human being or the modern man, you realize that there is similarities of this ape and this human being. This similarity of these structures, example an ape and human, suggests that this human and this ape had a common origin but evolved to current organism over a given period of time. You look at organisms such as the fish in the ocean and lakes, they have the same structure. Even if we have got different species of fish, they have the same structure in terms of the skeleton. That similarity of the structure suggests that all these organisms in the ocean had a common origin, and therefore that one supports evolution. But these fossil records have got their limitations. One of the limitations that we can mention is that because of internal earth movements such as faulting, eruption of magma, we have earthquakes, all these earth movement, internal earth movement, might have caused distortion of the fossils, all the remains, that gave a wrong expression or wrong impression of the original organism. So that tells you that even if the fossil records try to suggest that this organism might have originated from the common origin, the limitation is that because of the internal earth movement and pressure, those fossils might have been distorted and changed their structure because of the pressure that was exerted on them by internal earth movement, therefore giving a wrong impression of the original organism. Then we have comparative embryology. In comparative embryology, if you look at it, in comparative embryology, now what is an embryo? An embryo results start from fertilization. For a human being, when the sperm cell fuses with an ovum, they form a diploid zygote. Then the diploid zygote multiply in terms of cell division to form a blastocyst. So we have an ovum, sperm, then we have a diploid zygote, then we have a blastocyst. This blastocyst now develops to form an embryo in the stages of pregnancy and all that. So this embryo is just the structure of an early developing organism, either in an egg or in a uterus for human being or other mammals inside that matter. So if you consider, if you look at the structure of the embryo of different organisms, if you place an embryo of a snake, an embryo of that is of a hen, an embryo of a human, that one of a monkey, and that one of a cow, all these embryos at the early stages of life, they have same structures. They look exactly the same and assuming the same shape. Because of that similarity in terms of shape and structure, the evolution tries to suggest that these organisms, all of them, had a common origin. So that is how comparative embryology tries to explain how it supports organic evolution. Then we have number 3, that is comparative anatomy. Now, in comparative anatomy, we are looking at the structure in different organisms. Anatomy talks about the structure of organism, what you can see in an organism. So when you talk about comparative anatomy, I'm going to divide this explanation into 2 or into 3. 1, comparative anatomy talk about what we call convergent evolution. Convergent evolution or radiation. Now, convergent evolution or radiation is a phenomenon where different structures with different embryonic origin adapt to perform same function. Adapt to perform same function. Convergent evolution is a phenomenon where different structures of different embryonic origin adapt to perform same function. Example, when we look at things like wings of a bird, bat, and insects. So wings of bird, bat, and insect, they have the same function of flying. Now, if they have the same function to fly for locomotion from one place to another, then they are adapting to perform the same function. But if you look at the structure of the wing of a bird, that comprises of feathers, that structure is not the same as that of a bat. Because for a bat, it comprises of membranes. For insects, the wings of insects are not the same as those of birds and bats. So therefore, the wing of a bird, bat and insect have got different embryonic origin but have adapted to perform the same function of locomotion from one place to another as those organisms fly from one place to another. So therefore, those structures, that phenomenon is what you're calling convergent evolution or convergent radiation. And these structures now, they are called analogous structures. Analogous structures. So analogous structures are those structures of different embryonic origin that adapt to perform same function. And the phenomenon is called convergent evolution. Part B, we have divergent evolution. Now, divergent evolution or divergent radiation is a phenomenon again where organisms with the same embryonic origin, adapt to perform different functions. Divergent evolution is a phenomenon where structures of the same embryonic origin adapt to perform different functions. Example, we have pentadactyl limb. Pentadactyl, that is pentadactyl limb, it is the structure of the forearm of a human being and other mammals. You realize the forelimb of a human, dog, cow, cat, whale, flipper, etc. For human, we have the humerus, we have ulna and radius, we have metacarpus, we have carpus, and phalanges. And the phalanges are 5 in number. Humerus is 1, radius 1, ulna 1, and we have the metacarpus, carpus, and phalanges. So, even a dog have a humerus, ulna and radius, metacarpus, and phalanges. The same happens to a cow, a cat, but for a cow we have the hoof, which is able to roll out the phalanges, but the humerus, the ulna and radius are there. When you come to a cat, again for a cat, we have the radius, the humerus, metacarpus and such. Even the swimming flipper of a whale have got all that structure. So this similarity of the pentadactyl limb in different organisms suggests that this organism had a common origin. Now, this pentadactyl limb of the mammals having different function but same embryonic origin is what brings about divergent evolution, and the structure is called homologous structure. Another example, it is the feet and beaks of birds. Now, if you look at the beak of a hawk or an eagle, it is sharp. It is sharp. Why is it sharp? To tear flesh and such. If you look at the other birds that feed on nectar, it is long and sharp like that. If you look at things like the hen, it is short and strong. If you look at the organisms, birds like the filters, those are the ducks and such, it is long like that for filtering. We have the flamingos that have got the short, tall one and the legs and all that. All these are beaks. They are all beaks. But since they have the same origin, they have the same embryonic origin, they have adapted to perform different functions according to environment. So those beaks are a good example of homologous structures and divergent evolution. Also, when you look at the feet of a hawk, it is sharp and all that. For ducks, they are webbed for swimming and such. So they are the same feet, but this one has adapted for swimming, and this have adapted for killing and holding on prey. So therefore, this different functioning but having the same structure that have adapted to perform the different function is what you call divergent evolution, and the structures are called homologous structures. So those are the homologous structures. Then lastly, we have the vestigial organs. Number 3. Now, vestigial organs are those organs that have reduced due to disuse and use. For example, we have the appendix in human, we have rudimentary tail in human, we have flightless kiwi bird, etc. So you realize that because of this continuous use of the appendix, it has reduced in size in human being as compared to other primates like the apes and such. Also, the rudimentary tail in human being have reduced to form acoustics. Has reduced to form acoustics at the far at the end of the vertebral column. We also have the kiwi bird, which does not have, the wings have reduced due to the discontinuous disuse of the wings in this bird. So these structures now are also called, these structures are called vestigial structures and are complementary when it comes to evidences that support organic evolution. So when you're talking about comparative anatomy, you're supposed to mention convergent evolution, divergent evolution, and vestigial structures. For convergent evolution, talk about analogous structures, and for this one, talk about homologous structures and talk about vestigial structures, and we'll explain that part. So for today, because we're doing just introduction evolution, we will continue to the other evidences that support organic evolution in the next lesson.